Racism, where it comes from, why it exists, and my truth to having previously been what I would now describe or defy as racist. I share my truths in order to try to assist you in being able to acknowledge, to understand, to accept, and to express your own. For those of you that do not know who I am, my name is Kain, the Cosmic Surfer, and it is my honour, privilege and gift to bring you the information that I have discovered through my life's journey, as well as that I receive from Source, from God above. We are only ever able to do in life that which we have the information and ability to do. Racism is just a form of ignorance and comes from a place of fear. I was educated and brought in to believe certain things given to me to be true. There were certain people in my past who gave me information, who told me that I was different to other people for various reasons, and that actually they were less than me because of those reasons. This made me feel confused, made me feel separated from myself and everybody else. Whenever I then saw somebody who was different to me externally, it created a feeling of separation, of fear, and I actually then viewed them from a place of fear. That version of ourself that we see outside that brings a sense of fear or a sense of anger or a sense of frustration or whatever it is that we see within another person is simply a reflection of ourself. Where I once saw somebody and was scared of them, fearful of them, because of the illusion of separation, now I know the truth that there is no separation other than the illusion of it, and that we are all one and the same. I now view everybody with true, unconditional love and equality. And it is my passion and vision for the future to create a world of true equality for all. And it all starts with the empowerment of yourself and gaining the information and knowledge required to set yourself free from the limitations cast upon you by society that want to control you and condemn you through guilt, through fear, through the illusion of separation. As if you are existing in a box of limitation, you are less likely to look outside that box, to actually go about gaining and experiencing that in life which you are able to. Think about it. Put somebody in a box. Tell them the world outside is fearful, that they will come into danger, or that they will be subjected to various things of destruction, anger, hatred, fear, anything illusional. Anger is the main vessel, the main fuel that I now use to actually go about fueling the fire for my passion and the work that I do. Where once I viewed anger as negative, now I actually use it as fuel. Where once I would have condemned myself for previous thoughts, I now know that the way that I previously viewed the world was due to my previous programs and the behaviours which I believe to be true. Think about it for a moment. If you educate a child, tell them they are wrong, tell them they are naughty, then they will grow up to be so. If you tell a child that they are separate to somebody else, or that they are better or worse for whatever reason, they will believe so. A child is born innocent, separate from any form of disattachment to anybody else. There is no separation between themselves and those around them. They look upon all life forms as equal. It is only the egoic mind and the version of separation which we are then educated into, which brings about that illusion of separation. And it is there in order to divide and conquer. As if we are divided, we are more easy to actually govern. So for a moment, upon my learnings and my journey, I felt bad about previous thoughts previous actions, previous what I viewed as beliefs. Yet through meditation, I discovered that I am not those beliefs. I am not the thoughts. I'm not the behaviours. I am the eternal mind behind it all. The soul of me and the soul of you. Viewed through the eyes of God, connected to Source and everybody else, we are all the same. God loves us all unconditionally, no matter what your view or view of another. So educate a child in a certain way, they take that to be true. It is up to us to educate our children from the ground up that there is no separation, there is no hardships to be experienced anymore. The truth shall set you free, educating about the truth of what was and now what is. Please educate your children to know that we used to feel a separation because of class, external imagery, the gender of a person, the race of a person, the religion of a person, or even the fact of being a human or an animal, that these were all aspects of separation in the past. But now we know better. Now we know that we are all unconditionally united, that we are all aspects of the same, that we are all children of God, that we are all the universe experiencing itself. If you raise your child to believe that they will have a harder life because they have coloured skin, that they will be subjected to a more difficult journey through life, that they will be looked down upon, that they will have the police view them in a less than positive manner simply because they are coloured, then that child will take that information to be true. They will then go through life looking for that truth wherever they go, finding it wherever they go. Our mind, our subconscious mind, runs and controls most of our life, about 95% of it. Whatever programs we install upon it, we then subconsciously run. So for a moment, just view yourself as a blank computer. Born blank, you have various programs installed upon you. These programs you believe to be true. They create your interpretation of the world around you through the external imagery that you take in, and then you believe to be true. So, if you control somebody, if you program somebody, if you influence somebody into your way of thinking, limiting them from being able to receive any form of information around them, then they are only subjected and able to experience that which you believe to be true. So that is by saying, this way is right, this way is wrong. This religion is true, this religion is false. These people are better, these people are worse. Whatever context it is. Whatever programs that you have brought into yourself, if you pass them to your children, they will continue. By actually separating from programs of old, we can give our children the opportunity to not disattach from the truth. Because in the simplest of terms, they know what is true. A child is born pure, innocent and free, connected to the truth of who they are, connected to love. It's always love that is the answer. And it's only the fact of this that I discovered that has led me to where I am. It's acceptance of every aspect of myself, every past event and situation. Full acceptance then leads to acceptance of everybody else. And acceptance of myself leads to love of myself. Acceptance of everybody else leads to love of them. We are all only ever able to do that with the information we have and the programs we have installed. If you tell your child, again, that they are stupid, that they are bad, that they are wrong, they will believe it so and act accordingly. If you tell them they are limited because of the colour of their skin, or they will have a harder life going forward because of whatever reason, women have it harder. Coloured people have it harder. Whatever illusion or aspect that you put upon that person, you are actually confining them to that limitation. So back to the subconscious mind and its storing of information. Whatever we experience, we believe to be true. So my old response to anger is almost my go-to. When I used to get somebody show me anger, I would get angry back, because once upon a time it kept me safe. So the subconscious mind learnt that that was safety, that kept me safe and secure. So then the second time it tried the same response, then the third time, and then it became factual. To my subconscious mind, to stay safe meant to be angry. It wasn't until I gave my subconscious mind an alternative perspective and more information that it was able to take that learning and better come to a more beneficial and optimal conclusion through the expansion of the information which I provided it. We are bombarded by up to 2 million bits of data every second. Yet our subconscious mind can only process about 130,000 of those bits. So imagine that I'm giving you 2 million grains of sand every second, and that you are taking 130,000 of them. And with those grains of sand, you are then creating your interpretation of any given experience around you. Subconscious mind's program, its job, is to best protect and serve the body. And it does so down the path of least resistance. So it looks for what it expects to see, and it sees what it looks for. And it looks for what it is used to seeing. So imagine for a moment that you expect somebody you know to be negative. If they come to you and they talk to you and they give you 100 words and one of them is negative, you will attach to that one negative word and then cast your judgment upon them as being negative. I knew they'd be negative. What about the 99 positive things they've just said? Give somebody the opportunity to show you the best within them, and they have just that, the opportunity to show you the best that is in them. Condemn them, defy them as being negative or wrong, and that is all they will ever be able to show you. And for a moment, this is the most important message in this moment of now. Because realistically, the only time that exists is now. If you project yourself forward to a future event, wanting to control the outcome of it, being fearful of a potential situation and wanting to control it, then you align yourself with that path. You start walking down a path towards that negative outcome and actually create it more of a likelihood of experiencing. Yet if you focus on the positives and the connection of universal and unconditional love within yourself, shine it upon everybody else, then that is the truth that you'll experience. My message to you, as somebody who has walked all forms of paths within this life that could be described as all various versions, various characters within a game, within the play of existence. My truth and my message to you is stop feeding the monster, because it will grow and it will grow and it will grow until you cannot see anything else. The monster can be classed or seen or defined as whatever version that you like to place upon it, whatever face you would like to give it. That boss and the want to control you, the government and the want to actually repress you, your neighbour and their desire to actually put negativity upon you, anybody that you view outside yourself that you give control to. Because in truth, there's only two options. At any one time, there's only two ways, two truths. And the fundamental level is life or death. Everything in the middle is a gift. Love or fear. Everything in the middle comes from one of those two places. Victim or creator. If you are not creating your life, not happening to life, then you are a victim to it or somebody else. So at the current situation, to say globally that we are not allowed out, that I am staying in because I have to, you're giving away your power. To say that I am upset or that I want to try to defy something which has taken place, or that I am angry over another person's reaction or events or behaviours, you are giving them your power. You are feeding that negativity. By feeding anger and hatred, you grow it within yourself and within the collective. Think about it for a moment. Think about it as two sides to a seesaw. If we all unite in love, acceptance of everything that it has been, that is, and then love, then collectively we will embody and experience that love. The media is there to show you things to be fearful of, to keep you in a state of fear, so that collectively we exist in a lower vibration than we are able to. If we all unite globally, as we are now, and then actually align with love, which is our true vibrational core, that's who we are in truth, is beings of love. Everything else is just layers of separation and illusion. Fear isolates, alienates and separates us from ourselves and each other. It is love that is the answer, love that is the key, a key that will unlock a door deep within and set not only you, but the whole world free. It's love. Grow the love in yourself. Shine it upon everybody else. Look for the positivities in any situation and everybody else. Give them the chance, the opportunity to show it to you. Condemn another, that's what you'll see. So, who will you be? What version, what character do you decide yourself? Do you cast yourself? Will you adopt and play within this game, within this play of life? Know that everything you have previously experienced has brought you to where you are now. And where you are now is exactly where you need to be in order to move from. As collectively, we are awakening to the truth of who we are. We are aligning back to our heart centers, back to the divine feminine within us. No longer are we governed through fear by males that wish to actually condemn and control us. Modern day slavery. Keep somebody in a state of fear, separated from themselves and everybody else. They're easy to control. United under love, free flowing from a place of feminine divinity. There's nothing in our path that will stop us, as we will simply flow around it. It is only the egoic male aspect that wants to set a course and stay upon that course no matter what. If something is blocking your path, accept it is there. Flow around it. Stop attaching ownership to past events or situations. Let go and flow around them. This is a message that is very, very crucial at the moment. And as I say, coming from a place of experiencing every side of that box, having been educated in a certain way, feeling separated and confused in a state of fear, to then coming to the conclusion, or the only conclusion really, through centering back to myself through meditation. So in that box, the expression to think outside the box is very apt, but to actually realize that you are the box and that you can think not only inside it but also outside it and all around it is the next step. And actually, a square viewed up close has only one side, one face of information. But viewed from an alternative perspective, we can see alternative sides to it. And we can realize actually the truth that we've been looking for so intently upon that face wasn't on that face. It was around there the whole time. But not until we disattach ownership and actually take an alternative perspective can we come to that realization. Let go of your want to control anybody else or even yourself. Accept every part of you and allow the acceptance of everybody else. And then realize in truth that there is no box, only the limitational view of it. Fear is an illusion. Forward projection. It's false evidence appearing real. It's a forward projection of a situation, and I want to control the outcome of it. And as I say, by aligning yourself with that fearful future outcome, by educating your children that they will be limited in some way, shape or form, you are setting them upon that path. And upon that path, that is all they will ever be able to discover. The thoughts we have lead to the actions we take. The actions we take over and over time become the habits we embody. And the habits that we embody collectively make up the character that we play within this game, within this film, book, movie, play of life. And a character that exists in a state, in a emotional and energetic resonance of an embodiment and external characteristic of repression, of fear, of limitation, of poor me, of victimhood, will only ever experience that truth. In order to live your most joyful, blissful, free and abundant life in all ways, simply become that version of yourself, doing it now, centering back to the truth of who you are, a being of unconditional love, a child of God, an aspect of the universe. And whatever you have experienced has been beautifully required to bring you to now. And whatever you experience going forward is beautifully required to take you to where you are going. Once again, my name is Kain Stromberg, the Cosmic Surfer, and it is truly my honour and privilege to have experienced everything that I have in order to now be able to stand before you and tell you there is no separation, that I love you unconditionally. Whatever you have done, whatever you have experienced, whoever you define or class yourself to be, I love you. And I can say this with truth because I have accepted and love every part of myself. Now I am free. And I give you the ability, the information and the wisdom to set yourself free. I have a second YouTube channel, Mainstream Meditation. And on there is a multitude of very, very expansive, very liberating, very freeing meditations. Inner child, inner completion, energy work meditations, chakra cleansing meditations, beginner's guide to meditation mastery series. So please go over there and subscribe to that channel, as well as ensuring that you have subscribed to this channel, Cosmic Surfer. Go ahead and simply hit that notification button, subscribe, and receive an update of every time that I post a new video. It is my mission, my quest, and my privilege to lay the foundations for future generations to build on, to create a world of true equality for all. Now and forever, we are in this together. United, we stand, and together we rise. Grand rising, you beautiful, beautiful soul. I love you. And until next time, namaste.